Here we are in section 4-5, exercises numbers 25 through 32. Now, as we recall, we're dealing with properties here. There were several properties, and they were all with an addition or a times that was going on. Multiplication or division, you could commute, so commutative. And what was that? That means you could switch the order around. That's important. Okay, then there was the associative, and that means you could move the parentheses. And then there was an identity. So the identity of addition is a 0 and multiplication is a 1. And then there was an inverse. And that was either the opposite, meaning the negative of it for addition, the thing that is opposite of it, or for multiplication, it was a reciprocal. So let's look and see if we can do this now. 25, 3 plus x equals x plus 3. Notice that the order switched. We have a switching order around a plus sign. So that is a switch around a plus sign right here. So that means we are at the commutative property of addition. That's how you'd write that, the commutative property of addition right there. Okay, number 26. 6 times 1/6 equals 1. Now notice the inverse here, we're multiplying by the reciprocal to get it to equal 1. And so, yes, indeed. Let's use a different color for that one. There we go. 6 times 1/6 equals 1. So we are multiplying by the reciprocal. And so that's the reciprocal of that one. So that is why it's the multiplicative inverse. There we go, because we're multiplying by that, and it would go away. 6 times 1/6 is 1, which if you times it by anything else, it's invisible. All right, number 27, 18x, and you have x minus 3. Oh, what happened in this one? Looks like they distribute this. 18x times the x became 18x times x, which is x to the second power, and then it jumped in there, and 18 times 3 is 54. So this is, I forgot to write this up, there was one other property, and this was the distributive property, and that's where you take a number outside of parentheses, and you distribute it in, and it now becomes that one plus a times the other guy. So that is the distributive property. Should have written that one up. Good. Now, let me see, 28. 2x times 5x times 1 over n, 2x times 5x times 1 over n. Notice the order did not switch, but the parentheses moved from where they are to here. So we move the parentheses, and we're doing it around multiplication. So that is why it's the multiplicative, the associative property of multiplication. Okay, so it's the associative property where you moving the parentheses, and that is in multiplication. All right, the next one. 8x plus 7t plus 9x equals 8x plus 9x plus 7t. This does have parentheses in it, but don't be tricked. We're not moving the parentheses. We are switching these orders around a plus sign. So that is, again, commutative because we're switching orders, commutative, around a plus sign. So that's commutative property of addition again. Good. Number 30. 18z, 18z plus 0. Oh, look at that. That tells us right there we are adding 0. So right here, bing, that is going to be the additive identity. That right there, 0 is the additive identity. Okay, next one. 25m plus negative 25m. Notice that these guys right here, they are opposites. We are adding them and they go away and cancel. That is where we have that guy right there. So this is the additive inverses. Now notice how that's different. Here, 18z plus 0, we didn't change it at all. This one, we actually undid or inversed that 25m and added it, and it canceled out completely. All right, the next one. 2t times 27 plus x equals 27 plus x times 2t. Oh, did they move the parentheses? No. The 2t stayed exactly where it is. Notice it's right there. And this blob They switched places. This is a tricky one. They switched, and notice, so this is going to be the commutative. Now you have to really think commutative property of what? And notice that they switched it around that multiplication sign right there. They switched the order around that thing. So it's commutative property of multiplication. Where is that right there? Good.